How to paint a pumpkin patch. I start by finding this free-to-use image by Kelsey Cabeceras. I then take my sturdy aluminum-lined artifacts panel that's pre-primed and ready to paint on. My first step is always to take the golden high-flow acrylic in burnt sienna, apply it to a wet brush, and use it to stain my entire background before adding any paint on top. Using an underpainting is a great way to make the colors on top of it pop. Plus, you can add a really casual sketch that you don't have to be worried about being perfect. As you can see, I'm just blocking in general shapes like the tree line, horizon line, and rows of pumpkins on this pumpkin patch. Next, I mix up an orange, 2 shades of purple, a dark purpley black, and 2 shades of brown. I start by using my 2 purples to create spooky looming clouds in the background, streaking across the sky horizontally. I also mix some white into that lighter purple to create an even brighter sense of light coming from behind the trees in the distance. Next, I use a slightly darker version of that dark sky purple to start painting in some trees. I make sure that the tree line gets slightly lighter and less saturated the further it is to the right, because those trees are the furthest in the background and should almost blend into the sky behind them. The trees closest to us, however, and the bases of the tree line should all be a little bit darker because they're closer to the viewpoint. Next, I take my orange and use it to fill in the rows of pumpkins sitting in the pumpkin patch. This is just our first block-in layer, so don't be worried about making it look too perfect. After that, I use my darker of the 2 browns to fill in the rest of the ground. Try and resist any urge of adding details right now. Our only goal is to cover the canvas and paint for our first layer. Once that's dry, I start off our second layer by darkening the background a bit. I'm using a mixture of that dark black purple and the dark sky purple in order to create a darker gradient from the base of the trees to the tree tops. I also use some of that sky purple to streak some fog across the distant trees. To add a sense of distance, you can soften the edges of your trees to make them look out of focus and further into the background. I then use my pure dark black purple to paint another layer over the entire ground. Of all the colors you use to paint grass, always use the darkest one as the base before you layer the others on top. After darkening my foreground, I decide to go in and darken some of the trees that are closer to the viewer. It's always okay to change things as you go if you see fit. I also decided to add some more detail to the row of pumpkins that's directly behind the one in the foreground. This was also a good opportunity to harden the edges and outlines of each one of those most detailed pumpkins closest to the front. I even decided to go in with a scruffy brush in that lighter brown to add some patches of grass. I also add patches of brown to break up some of the detail and make things look more natural. Mixing a little bit of dark purple into my orange, I use it to paint the ridges of the pumpkins. Just paint the top and the bottom. You don't need to connect these lines. I also paint a shadow on the bottom right of each pumpkin because the light is coming from the top left. I do the same for the pumpkins in the near background, but not nearly as detailed. For the pumpkins furthest in the background, I glaze over them with some sky purple to make them look like they're really fading into that mist. This is called atmospheric perspective. Next, I add the highlights on the pumpkins using that same lightest sky color. Again, the light is coming from the top left, so all of the highlights are going to be on the top left of each pumpkin. Just a little bit paint left on my brush, I scrub it down to blend those highlights into the rest of the pumpkins. This will help make those highlights look more realistic. Don't forget that background row too. And with highlights comes shadows, so I add shadows underneath all of my pumpkins. Then I add some final details, like some additional fog in the background, some stems on the pumpkins, and some grass in the foreground. And just like that, we have ourselves a gorgeous spooky pumpkin patch. If you want to get a good surface for this tutorial, use the code MissFrizzle for 10% off all artifacts panels. The link's in my description. And as always, thank you guys for watching.